tell you what this game is, other than what it says right here. Multiple paths, puzzles, solutions. So if you get stuck, there may be another approach. This is a point and click game with some puzzles, some storytelling, and Western Vespucci. The town of Rosewater, 1850.
Huh. Quiet.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jem. And who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Leger.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. Might I assist you with your luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Leger?
All right.
Miss. And I'm here about a job.
Planning on sticking around, huh? Say, what line of work are you in?
If you must know, well, I write. There's an opening at the Rosewater Post.
Well, best of luck with that. The editor at that place ain't somebody you want to cross.
Then we ought to get along fine.
I'm sure you will. But as official town greeter, allow me to offer a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing. All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl. But I had the good sense not to get caught. Word of advice, kid, don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
Okay. Right click to open inventory. Left click to walk. Menu, mouse show hotspots. Oh, okay. It's been a while since I played a point and click game.
Can't be a good sign when even the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies. Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat.
Huh.
The local sawbones. This is where all the sharp knives and strong drugs will be kept.
Do I have a need for such things?
This is the place.
It do be the place. That's a good start. We're gonna ignore him.
Hello, can I help you with something?
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Leger. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Right. Select.
Very good.
There be
Oh,
paper.
one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
All
Likewise.
autosave. Alright.
They seem to be pretty active around here.
That means steady work, is what you would have said if I wouldn't have clicked like a maniac. Alright.
Come in.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Legere.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind. Say, have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Meat and potatoes, she says.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia, got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. I haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the Toffs in Lyon, hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But you know, can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
Fantastic. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. Star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
So, who was the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I see. The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
Oh boy. Okay. The Etheric Pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Bretagne, Kingsland, was a site of terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday. During a demonstration by etheric researcher Dr. Bennett Clark, a device known as the etheric generator malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience, instantly vaporizing 14 attendees and one stage assistant. That sounds cool as shit to witness. Sorry. People died, I know, but that would be cool to see. Horrifying, but cool. An eyewitness described the scene for the New Breton. Breton? Is that how it said? I was not paying attention. Gazette. The thing started up with a crackling noise, startling the ladies in attendance and raising several cries of excitement. The next instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that, there were just screams and horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see a bunch of folks gathered to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left were shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash. And the worst thing was, their shadows were still there on the wall behind. They got atomized. A controversial figure in the scientific community, Dr. Clark has championed novel theories on the existence of aethericity, a supposedly inexhaustible source of energy located in the upper atmosphere, the Etheric Pavilion, an exhibit jointly sponsored by Kessling Industries, Harmon and Grove, and the Eastern Consolidated Coal, was intended to show the technology's potential for the global audience, although public enthusiasm may be somewhat dampened following the events of last weekend. Dr. Clark was taken in for questioning by authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors will be legally responsible for the lives lost in the incident.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but, oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
If so many have left, what's keeping anyone around?
Some are stubborn, maybe. Some are just stuck. But I can only answer for myself. I've put too much work into this paper and this community to think of leaving it behind. As for everyone else, you'd have to ask them yourself.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style's more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
All right.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there. Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. Now don't that just beat all?
Okay. Out the door we go. We'll go find this man and interview him to perfection.
Was your meeting satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so.
Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
Shabby, but I've been to worse.
Okay, it's supposed to be taken up here at the Jack of Diamonds Saloon, if I'm not mistaken.
The local populace getting sloshed. Excuse me, kid, I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay. Look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well, now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about it, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, it's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here.
Real dazzler indeed.
Now that is mighty tempting.
Ah, it's a dumb winner. Got it, got it, got it. Well, I guess we go this way. There's the Undertaker. That's where we go to get buried. Charlatan.
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show. You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah, but your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
Your brother? And you just strolled away? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line, and I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Just tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
Huh.
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
If this Lola stole from you, why not report it to the sheriff?
Oh, come on. I thought you was sharp. That lazy tyrant would cuff my brother and me soon as look at us. It's just the two of us. Me and him against the world. We got no one else to turn to. So, will you help us out?
He'd sooner. His character is just super annoying.
You said you and your brother needed money. How about 2 crowns?
Well, now, that's mighty kind of you. But this don't change the deal.
Why, you little bastard.
You want in, you gotta do me that favor.
Oh, okay.
You and your brother can go hang for all I care. But I want in this theater, so I'll do it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
Actually, I might have been able to go around the back of the smithy. That might have been the way that I was supposed to go. Walking, walking, walking. Walking over here.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
There's
Soft.
nothing here.
Nothing inside? Shame. I could go for it. I hope that isn't the town water supply.
Alright, that was actually kind of funny. What was over this way? I don't remember. Sheriff. Okay, so I probably don't want to go to the sheriff. And that's probably to go in there. What was it? Tab that reveals those? I don't remember what the thing was. Oh. H. Okay. So I definitely don't think I go this way. I think I'm supposed to go... I might be able to get something I need at a physician, but I don't really know about that. Should go in there eventually. Didn't see anything when we were in the post other than a gun on the wall. Is there a way for me to go left or right? Here's the question. I forgot to check that when I was up here.
Betrayal, murder, revenge. Classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life. Never heard of this one.
Okay. Rosewater P. House.
Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. All right, the ether... Hey, kid,
Yeah?
the blacksmith.
So?
So I'm not breaking into...
I told you the place is abandoned. Besides, it's not really breaking in if you're retrieving something stolen. Sheriff Gamble won't trouble him. And if you run into Lola, I'm sure someone like you can handle.
Wait here.
Look.
I don't like him. I didn't hit the button while I was up there. Again, like a dummy. Like a dummy. Let me hit the H button, make sure there's not anything I'm missing.
This place is falling apart.
Okay. I have some tiles. Maybe the tile I could use to open something? Maybe whack him over the head and just go inside? I don't think I need tiles for anything that would be in there. When I doubt I can use the tile to open this up, but we will try.
I could easily... That did it.
Yeah, he lied.
That could be a good spot to stab. Emptier than that. Absolutely. Well now, what? Got what I came for.
What in the ether is going on here?
You must be Lola Johnson.
That's right, Lola Johnson, who lives here.
You live here, do you? Technically, I think the word you're looking for is squatting.
And technically, what you're doing is trespassing.
I'll be going.
You do that.
Okay. That was simpler than I was expecting. I don't normally play point-and-click games.
You got my paw.
Still? Here's your watch back.
No fooling. You
By a whisker. Lola turned...
Did you see you take it?
Don't think so. Anyways, that's my part of the bargain. Hell, you gonna let me in now?
Sure, go. Oh, and I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
He's a liar.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Yes.
Are you ready for some excitement?
Yes.
Are you ready for some fun? Then without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown, the only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel, the man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage, Gentleman Jake Ackerman!
I guess
Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. we got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo. Now let's get this show on the road.
All right.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
Woo-wee!
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
In the mud.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, affix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink. For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Yeah! Amazing!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Jack of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Alright, so I guess I head to the Jack of Diamonds.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here,
Oh, I hit the right click
Miss
button.
Leger, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
Hands off the mouse.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
Yes, that's definitely the word for it.
I'm glad you think so. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right. So who is the real Gentleman Jake?
Mercy me. That's a hell of a question. Now, I ain't much for philosophizing, Miss Leger, so I'll just say this. In my case, what you see is what you get.
I see. Well, okay then.
I see a charlatan.
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
Danny, you're Gentleman Jake's closest associate. I'd like to hear your perspective.
Me? But I thought this interview was with Mr. Ackerman.
Oh, go on, Danny boy. Tell the lady what you think of old Jake.
Well, Mr. Ackerman's been very kind to take me under his wing. He's taught me loads about showmanship and being brave. Really, I couldn't ask for a better mentor.
Aw, hell. You're gonna make me blush.
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Legere. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short, Miss Legere. I've got another engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Now, what's all the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
You sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid. Let's dance, cowboy.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This could get ugly.
Where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done. Ooh-wee!
You're in my way, you lummox.
And that's where I'm... Oh...
Food delivery.
Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady. Hey! Don't start...
Okay, I tried to leave, you just blocked me.
Oh!
Huh. Bollingworth Ale.
Hey! Don't start...
Alright.
Whoopsie daisy.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Lights out.
Whee! That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All right, Miss Legere, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Of course. The etheric researcher. What about him?
Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
And you want to go looking for him?
Oh, I want to go looking all right. The thing is, we're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this, a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split, enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
Truth be told, I'm not. How can you be sure Clark isn't just holed up in some cave with his cash? Or that someone didn't off him so they could claim it for themselves? We follow Clark, and whatever vanished him could end up vanishing us, too.
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
I don't. Please, enlighten me.
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols. And Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in a fight.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in, but try anything funny, and I walk.
Understood.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
Yeah, Jake is a charlatan, and he is not good at fighting. He's good at making it sound like he knows how to fight, but he's not good at fighting. That's the demo.